Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Outside Food and Drink. I'm Jean.
I'm Victoria.
And today we're talking about 2019's Ready or Not, directed by Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillette. In anticipation of Ready or Not, Here I Come. A lot of fun with this movie.
All I can say is Grace is a badass bitch.
Helene is my spirit animal.
Yeah.
I knew at the wedding when she was in the very beginning of the movie and she's just sitting there just...
Yeah.
Like, I get you, Helene. I get you. Nobody else does. I get you, girl.
It's like Helene and the one with the two boys. I kept getting their names mixed up, so.
Yeah, that's Emily.
Yeah.
Georgie, and I forget the other one's name. Anyway.
I don't think it really matters.
It does not really matter. You probably kind of smell the way this thing's going from the outset. The very first shot you get is of a devil's face and then a bunch of old-timey game. So I think what's interesting about this movie, I think it was easy to not know what to expect when this movie first came out. I was like, this kind of looks like it might be like a You're Next type of movie.
Yeah.
On a basic story level, I guess you could say there's similarities, but not too much.
Yes.
I mean, just the fact that there's a woman trapped with a bunch of rich assholes. That's about it. A woman trapped with rich assholes that she has to escape. Well, we get the opening shot of the devil's face, LaBelle's Gambit and the devil's face, and like, oh, okay, well, the devil's going to be involved. We get young Alex and Daniel, and you get a lot of information that doesn't make sense until you get a little bit further into the movie.
Yeah.
And there's this man staggering out and he's wounded, and then this woman in a wedding dress is crying, and we're like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah.
What are they doing to this poor guy? This is the Ladamas family. You know who Helene is right away.
Yes.
She's got a very distinctive hairstyle, both in the flashback, the first scene, and in the rest of the movie.
Yeah, it reminds me of somebody.
Yeah. This was her wedding day. That was her new husband. Why are they killing her husband? Okay, well, that's the whole movie, right? Then we meet Grace, of course, played by Samara Weaving. It's nice. So we got her practicing her vows, and we meet Alex, her prospective husband, this little boy that we had seen being hidden by his older brother Daniel, being hidden in a closet while all this stuff was going on. He has apparently become estranged from the family. His wedding is his first coming home.
Yeah, they mentioned he's been estranged from them for 2 years.
But he says they're horrible people. They are horrible people.
We find out why
We
later.
find out they're horrible people. I have so many things to say. So Daniel and Alex both, in a kind of tongue-in-cheek way, are like, hey, Grace, you don't have to do this. You can leave.
Yeah, you're out.
I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, wait, back up. Because they own this Ladamas gaming empire. They own, 4 sports teams or something like that?
They say it's not an empire.
Oh, it's a dominion. I love that exchange. Is it like a dominion? No, I think we call it a dominion, which is, yes, it makes sense at the time. Why would they say that? Oh, because it's a dominion. So... But I would say, wait a minute, I just got this guy, he's one of the heirs to this giant, massive amount of money, and he's also handsome, and I also love him. Why in the fucking world will I walk away?
Well,
why would I do that?
We can estrange ourselves from the rest of your family for the rest of our lives. Let's go.
Yeah. So even though you can look back and say, well, Alex and Daniel tried to warn her, it's not serious, right? Why would she take it seriously?
Yeah.
I love the pettiness. They're doing wedding pictures. The pettiness is amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. They're basically talking about she's different from us. She has a soul. And stuff.
Yeah.
But this is where Helene is just brooding in the corner.
Yeah. It's like Grace is getting her wedding pictures done, and she just keeps looking over. And
Helene's just sitting there like...
stone face.
She looks... She's scowling. She's just scowling. She reminds me of... like a gargoyle on a building almost.
Yes.
And I love her. Yes.
Yes.
She is clearly the most evil person in the whole movie, but I love her. Anyway, we do have Becky, who is Alex's mother, played by Andie MacDowell. She appears to be cool because she's talking to Grace like, oh, I get it.
I really like you.
You're...
Bring our son back.
Yeah. Which will be an ongoing thing about getting Alex back into the fold. And we're doing this thing where they're sprinkling the clues. Like, we get to see there's a servants' corridor.
Yes.
That's basically a secret passageway all through the house.
And Grace is so funny. She's like, of course you have a secret door.
Well, yeah, a secret door and a music room. That's a normal thing.
Yeah.
And so he tells her, this is after the vows are over. Most people think we're done for the night. Let's get to funkin'. And he's like, so here's the thing. There's this game. At midnight, you have to go. We go down to the music room. And all you gotta do is play the game. She's like, do I have to win? No, you just have to play. It doesn't matter. She's like, okay. I mean, he's leaving out a big chunk of it.
And then, of course, Helene is just looming in the corner of their room.
Yes, because they're trying to get busy, and there's Helene, like fucking death. Just get her ready.
Bring her down. We are here.
I mean, I love her. Okay, so Becky and Grace interface about Grace's past. Grace was raised in a lot of foster homes, and so she's taking this seriously because this is like having a real family.
Yes, because she says Alex would live in sin forever if he could.
Yeah. This idea that it was her insisting upon the marriage will come back in the most hilarious way.
Hilarious.
I have a question. So they have these three maids.
Mm-hmm.
They're an ongoing joke throughout the movie.
Yes, they are.
I'm going to ask you, what was the first thing you saw when you saw these three maids at the beginning just standing there? What was the first thing you thought?
Robert Palmer.
Okay, yes.
Robert Palmer's video.
Yes.
I can't think of the name
Oh,
of this.
but he used them in a bunch of videos. Yeah.
I hear it in my head,
Yeah.
but yeah, I thought of the Robert Palmer girls.
I was like, are these the Robert Palmer maids? Was this on purpose? This has to be on purpose. They all look. Yeah.
It was perfect.
Yes. It was great. Something occurred to me about the maids. We'll talk about it when the time comes. But we get introduced to Emily and Fitch. Emily has a mess of cocaine on her face at all times throughout the movie.
Yes.
And Grace is like, you got something on your...
Yeah, she just kind of rubs at her nose to kind of tell Emily, like...
So Emily is basically shoving her face in cocaine in the whole movie. And Fitch is consulting YouTube tutorials throughout the whole movie. So that's their characters, basically.
They're married. Don't like each other.
I don't even know if they don't like each other. They're just kind of indifferent towards each other. Alex and Charity definitely don't like each other.
Yeah.
Definitely don't.
I'm guessing in this family, there is no divorce.
I was wondering about that. I'm like, couldn't you just say at some point? I mean...
Do I have to play a game to get out?
Well, yeah, that would suck. Yeah, I was wondering about that. Couldn't you just say, like, oh, no, I can't. We're done.
Yeah. I don't want none of your money. Just let me go.
Go. Yeah. So Emily is the actual biological sister of Alex and Daniel. And so when she shows up with Fitch, who is married into the family, he had to play a game.
Checkers.
Yes.
Or Old Maid or something.
Old maid. What the fuck is Old Maid?
Yeah.
So she sees Helene. She's like, hello, Aunt Helene. And Helene, truly one of my favorite line of the movie, brown-haired niece, you continue to exist.
I was just like, ooh, there's not much love lost there.
It is so fucking good.
That's your favorite line. My favorite line is much later. Oh.
I can't even, it's so...
I know.
It's just, that is Helene. That, to me, that line and that delivery, that is... everything I love about the Helene character right there.
Yes.
It's just so dismissive and haughty. I love it. You continue to exist.
Next time I see my niece, I'm going to be like that.
Brown-haired niece.
Love y'all.
Get the backstory of the great-grandfather, who is a merchant marine, I guess. He meets this guy, LaBelle. Why can't I say it? LaBelle. On the ship, and they're playing games and making bets, and LaBelle's like, hey, I got an offer for you. You figure out this box, the little puzzle box, I'll give you a thing. I can help you with your endeavors.
Yes.
And so it ends up being, I know it's like, oh, I've seen Hellraiser. I know what happens here. And he gets the box open, and of course, what it is just like this little platform that pops out. And he had figured it out, so he starts these games, like these board games and stuff, and then it expands until we get the 4 sports teams or whatever.
Yes.
It hardly matters. But what does matter is he gets this box open. And part of the game that Grace has to play, they draw a blank card, and you put the card in there, and pop it out, and it'll have the name of the game you're supposed to play on it.
Yes.
She doesn't get Old Maid. or chess or checkers or anything else. She gets hide and seek. Yeah, she gets hide and seek, and everybody's stone faced. And she's like, "Come on, everybody, party! Yeah, let's do this."
About 10 minutes later, she ain't thinking that.
They tell her, like, you're the one that has to hide.
Yes.
And you can hide anywhere in the house, and we turn off the security cameras, so it's fair.
And the house is all locked up. You can't leave the house.
Yes. So she hides in a dumbwaiter. And she's like, this is, great. How was my wedding night? In a dumbwaiter. Helene gets a giant axe, which also would have been my choice if I were to be playing this game.
We will be locking all axes up after this.
I mean, I guess it does not. Is it an axe? I mean, it looks like an axe. Maybe it's got another name.
It's the thing that the devil carries to cut off your heads with. It's kind of like an axe, but it's got a curve to it.
A scythe,
Yes.
which was actually the Grim Reaper, not the devil.
Sorry.
Okay.
They're both killing people.
No, they're not. Stop making stuff up. Where are you getting your mythologies from?
Devil kill?
No, he doesn't. He takes people's souls.
Oh, sorry.
He makes deals with merchant mariners. Anyway, Fitch gets a crossbow.
Yes.
His terrible discipline. He's like pointing at Becky, and Becky's just like, "Excuse you."
He's like, this is 1,000 years old. How do you work it?
And so yeah, he's watching YouTube videos, hunting videos.
It's not going to help you with this 100-year-old arrow.
Alex is like, I don't want to do this. So they lock Alex in the game room, and then Charity is supposed to be watching him. But he gets out, and Grace is giving up on the dumbwaiter. So Alex snatches her and explains what's actually going on to her. They're trying to kill you.
Yes. And about this time,
Emily comes out. And she comes out and she sees Grace and she shoots at Grace, but she misses Grace and she gets the maid that's standing behind her. But she doesn't even like completely get her. She just kind of, she gets her in the head, but it's not fatal. They're like, great, we gotta clean this maid up.
we can't let Grace see this.
Can't let Grace. But Emily's so funny. Emily's funny because after this, she's like, oh no, I messed up. And she's giving herself a pep talk in the mirror. She's snorting some more Coke. Like it's like a comical. It's like a Scarface amount of Coke.
Yes.
And she's got like, comes up with a big white face. She's like, you got this, girl.
Yeah.
Let's go. Oh, it's very funny. This is where, so Alex breaks it completely down. And she's like, you brought me here knowing all this was going to happen. What the fuck? And he's like, you're the one that wanted to get married. Sir.
Rude.
Sir.
Rude.
Sir. That's when you say to her, look, I love you so much I can't marry you. Like, literally. That's when you tell her. Say, look, this is why I can't get married. And explain it to her. And she's going to be like, oh, you're crazy. I'm not going to stay around. You don't want to marry me so much that you're making up this wild story about your family. And be like, no, watch, look, I'll marry some bitch I don't even care about, and we'll see what happens.
And that bitch probably would have gotten a normal card.
She would have gotten a normal card, yeah, so nobody would believe her. But his point also was that, like, this hide-and-seek card never comes up. It came up last time for Helene, but that's the only time he's ever seen it come up. It never comes up.
Yes.
So he gives her shoes. She's got these Chucks. Okay, as a person who loves their Chucks, I got a couple words here. Oh, if I had to spend the night running from people, I would not want my Chucks. I just wouldn't want them because, like, the traction is for shit. And
you want your running shoes,
I want my running shoes.
Okay.
But also, another thing I know from being someone who has worn Chuck Taylors for their entire life, I love them. I'm very loyal to my Chucks. But one thing I do know about them is that you got to tie those motherfuckers right because they will come undone at a stiff breeze.
Yeah, they're not comfortable without socks.
They're not, but I could get past that. But I actually have worn mine without socks. It's okay. But like if I have to run, you got to lace them because they're barely tight. No, you got to tie them tight, wrap them around your ankle. It's gonna be bad. So he's like, okay, he's telling her how to like go down the hall and go out into the kitchen.
And I'm gonna unlock the doors.
I'm like, I understand he's trying to help her, and I understand that he grew up in this house, so everything seems very normal to him, but she's a regular person. You might as well be telling her how to get to the 7-Eleven from here.
Yeah.
She's like, okay, down there and to the left, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
But she does, so she does her best, and she opens the door, and she's right in the lion's den, and Emily goes cracking out with the gun again and misses her. And her father's like, center of mass, Emily.
Yeah. Emily's a bad shot.
She's bad.
Bad.
Very bad. Meantime, so Daniel goes into the game room. She's ended up in the game room to hide.
Yes.
There's a lot of weapons in the game room, including like a gun with like a belt of, I guess it's an elephant gun, and like it's a big game gun, right?
Yeah.
And it's got these cartridges, I guess. I mean, these things are huge. So she's in there, and Daniel comes in, and he's like, "Look, I just want to drink." He doesn't like call them up or anything. He's like, I don't even want to be here. I definitely do not want to be responsible for what they're going to do to you.
Yeah.
So he gives her a head start, and he's counting like 1, 1.5, 1 3/4.
Yeah. Counting slow.
Yeah, but eventually he calls out, and everybody gets there, and they're like, "You let her get away." He's like, "Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what happened. She's too much for me."
And this is where Emily gets the crossbow.
Emily gets the crossbow. She kills the maid with the crossbow. She gets it right into her mouth. It goes right through the back of her throat.
Yeah.
And she's gagging the whole time. You hear her on the floor. And then here comes Helene with her scythe or her axe or whatever it is. And just, oh God, you stop making all that noise. Just chop, dead, done.
It was great.
But I love how Becky comforts Emily here, because Emily goes right to her father. "Oh, Daddy, I don't know.
I'm so sorry,
I'm
Dad.
sorry." And Becky's like, "Oh, honey, you don't suck. It's okay."
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so Alex turned on all the cameras.
So when she got into the kitchen, he could see long enough to unlock everything so she could get out and he could relock it.
And Grace finally makes her way to the kitchen. This driver butler guy is very into opera.
Oh, boy,
Very
is
into
he.
opera. And this scene, this is one of these scenes that's like driving me nuts, because they have this huge island in the middle of the kitchen, and she's hiding on one end of it, and she's like trying to get the gun loaded, and it keeps making these loud clicks, and he keeps like stopping, and she moves around. I'm like, you moving around the island, I guarantee, is making more noise, no matter how quiet you are, than this click of this gun. But she somehow manages to avoid it for a little bit.
Yes.
But when he finally sees her, and she's got the gun, and she points, it doesn't do anything, because all this stuff is all blanks.
For looks.
Yeah, it's all for looks. And he says something like, "Do you really think I was be stupid enough to put live ammo up there?" And then in the middle of this sentence, she gets him with the teapot, because he's been making tea while he's singing his opera.
So it's hot.
So it's hot. I'm like, okay, so you're not stupid enough for live ammo, but you are stupid enough to keep talking when you got somebody dead to rights.
Yeah.
Like, classic stupid move. We're down to one last maid.
Not for long.
We're down to one last maid. And this is where I'll talk about. So Grace opens the dumbwaiter, and she sees the maid, and the maid's like, "I'm not even a real maid." He just likes the way this looks. Like, I guess the maid outfit. You know?
Yeah.
And Grace is like, "Oh, okay, well, like, look, we can get out of here." And the maid's like, "Nope." And she's like, "She's here! She's right here!" And, I mean, I guess that was one way to go. And so when Grace is pulling out, and she accidentally hits the button on the dumbwaiter, so this woman gets her head crushed.
It was a great scene.
It was a great
The
scene.
dumbwaiter took off her head.
The dumbwaiter did take off her head. I feel like if I want to really break down this movie, because there's definitely like allusions to things, they say things, and I was like, if I'm going to really break down this stuff with the maids, which is very funny. It's funny that Emily keeps accidentally shooting people and stuff. That's all funny. But it's interesting, because every time the maid gets killed, they're in the middle of ratting out Grace.
Yes.
I was like, is this a commentary on class traitors? Because these maids should have been getting her back, or at least been like, I don't see anything. I'm just the maid.
Yeah.
I'm just the maid. I'm not paid to see this shit.
Yeah.
But as soon as they're like, hey, she's here, like,
They die.
they die. I thought it was
Great.
I mean, kind of the same thing with the driver guy, too.
Yeah.
So we get this back and forth with Helene and Tony. Helene is convinced that Alex is like the chosen one or something, because he saw Mr. LaBelle in his chair what does that mean? Tony's like,
Yeah.
he's 5 years old. He was hallucinating. What are you talking about? It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything, Helene. For the entire movie, she is the only one that is actually never has a moment of doubt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not for a second.
Nope.
Like, everybody else at some point is like, oh, shit, maybe not. And she's like, nope. She always believes. We see what it gets her. Anyway, the worst scene that I've ever seen in a movie ever. Grace gets outside, and she goes out to the goat barn, which is where they deposit their maids after they kill them. As well as the goats that they sacrificed.
Yes.
But Georgie, right? This little asshole Georgie. Emily's kid, Georgie.
Yeah.
He follows her out to the goat barn. And she's trying to be nice. Oh, hey, Georgie, what are you doing? And he just shoots her through the hand. Which was terrible. Then she punches him, which was awesome. But
Through the left hand.
I tell you, man. Then she falls into the pit where all the maids and goats are.
Ew.
Which was gross, right?
Yes.
That's gross.
That was disgusting.
And immediately I'm like, girl, you got to get all the shots and everything now.
Yeah.
And that was first time I saw this scene and this happened, I was like, oh no. I mean, like, I literally stopped breathing. And now every time I watch it now, I can literally feel my asshole puckering up when the scene starts because I know what's coming and I'm like, no, not this. So she's climbing up out of the goat maid pit
With one arm because she's been shot in the left hand.
right, and she's almost up there, and just as she gets her one hand a grip on the edge, the ladder breaks underneath her, so she's dangling. So she has to use her other hand, and she bounces it on the edge, and where he shot through her hand goes right onto this nail, and I scream and die, and I never want to look at anything ever again every time. And her scream, I gotta talk about Samara Weaving's screams in this movie. I mean, they're definitely there.
Yeah.
She, I love this, the way she does this, though, because she's not like screaming the whole time, because I can see there was definitely a take where she was pulling her hand off and she was screaming the whole time, and they told her, don't, just pull it off and then scream.
Yeah.
And that's what they went with. And so she pulls off and screams, and I'm like, her screams get louder and more unhinged as the movie goes on, which makes sense. But I'm like, I think this might have been the point where I first noticed it, because this might have been her first big scream. Well, I think it was, but she sounds, when she screams, it sounds like a goat screaming.
Really?
Yes. Because her voice kind of, it's not like a clean scream, like just a, ah, it's a, ah.
Okay. Whoa.
Yeah, it's not, okay, so most screams are, ah. Hers is, ah.
Okay.
Anyway.
I'm sorry y'all didn't get the facial with all that. Because that's what, yeah.
Go back and watch it. Go
That's
back and
the
watch it and pay attention to her screams.
Okay.
Ah!
Oh.
Anyway, I don't know. I'd have to watch. I like this when she goes. She gets out and she goes. This whole entire sequence is just terrible shit. Because she gets to the wrought iron fence that encloses the property, and she's got to get out. So she bends a bar, and she's got to squeeze through these bars. My fat ass wouldn't have gotten through, but she's squeezing through this bar and basically slicing her belly open to get through.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's terrible. And she flags a car down, and they're like, "Get out of the road." What's wrong with you? And then, like, I don't even know what she says. Just small dick motherfucking, I don't know.
It was like, she just goes off. Like, small dick motherfucker, cock eating. Like, she just keeps going. And I'm like, yes,
She was possessed by Deb Morgan for a minute. Yeah, she did. Charity spots her, though. Before she gets to the fence, Charity spots her, gets a bead on her, pulls the trigger, hits a fucking bird instead.
Yes. Yes. It was great.
Like, this bird's like, huh? What I do?
I know, it went, huh? And then you, like, when you watch the movie, make sure the house is quiet at this moment, because it goes, caw. That's all you hear.
Oh my God. Anyway. She gets out. Okay, so the next car to come by is the driver.
She runs, though. She realizes it.
Yeah, it doesn't. You can't only go so far. Meanwhile, the family is having a meeting about the situation. Fitch is ready. Fitch is ready to go. He's like, so, "What? Let's just leave, right? Like, this is dumb.
Yeah.
Party's over. Let's go. She got away. Let's go." The whole time, Fitch is always like, every time something happens, he's like, "Okay, we can go. Can we go now?"
You can tell he doesn't want to be there.
He doesn't want to be there. Daniel has become appropriately introspective after he finds out that Georgie shot Grace. Because they find Georgie in the goat barn.
Yes.
And he tells him what he's done. And Emily is very proud of her son. And Daniel's got the look on his face like, this is fucked up.
Yeah. And Georgie's got a big old black eye.
Well deserved.
Very well deserved.
So Grace gets in the car. She starts choking out the butler. And as she's choking him out, it looks like he's actually out.
Yeah, it does.
But he's not, because he says, "motherfucker," and then he's out.
Yeah.
But, like, eyes closed. Like, his last words, "motherfucker."
Yeah. Yeah, it's great.
So she's got the car. She's going down the road. What do they call this? Safe drive, safe trip safe? Is that the name?
Yeah, trip safe. Yeah, it's like an OnStar, but it's trip safe.
And so she calls them. She's like, "Can you call the police for me?" And they're like, yeah, sure. And then he click. Oh, so the system's telling me that this car's been reported as stolen, so I'm going to have to shut you down. She's like, no! I was like, wait a minute. And they do the whole typical...
Do you remember his name? Wasn't it Jeff?
I think so, yeah.
She's like, fucking Jeff, no!
Don't use profanity, please. I'm like, Jeff, stop and think about this. If she had stolen the car, why would she be calling you to tell you to call the police from the car she just stole?
Hello.
So call the police. Let her keep driving. Call the fucking police.
Yeah,
you know where she is.
You have nothing to worry about. You know where she's at the whole time.
Anyway, car shuts down. Now she's like, great. Butler has caught up to her, smashes the window, gets her with a trank dart, throws her in the back seat, calls the family. All right. He's got her in the back seat. He's got the family on the phone on the dashboard. He is getting into his music again.
Telling them we're almost to the back gate.
We're almost to the back gate. They see her sitting up in the back seat. And he does not. And Tony's like, "You stupid motherfucker, turn off your music."
Turn around, turn down the music. And he's all putting his head out the window and shit and singing, "Oh." Don't cut the off. That's opera perfection. It's like, oh, you gotta pull it up from your diaphragm.
Oh my god. So anyway, she gets him, pops up from the back seat, she gets him, they start rolling over. I love this because they're doing it from the perspective of what the family sees through the camera, so it's pretty great.
Yeah.
I need to know about where Tony got this this dash clip for the phone, because it held that thing still.
Yeah.
My dash clip, my phone would have been in fucking Nebraska by now.
Yeah, it's the clip was pretty sturdy.
It was great, and I loved it. So anyway, she crawls away from the crash. Daniel finds her in the woods.
He's like, "I came out here for some peace and quiet, and then there's a car crash."
He admits that he likes her. He's like, "I like you, but I'm not gonna let my family die for you."
And she's like, "But Alex loves you, Daniel. You're his big brother."
Well, that's not good enough. They get her. Tony's been hiding behind the tree
The whole time listening to Daniel.
but he didn't think Daniel saw him. Daniel was like, "Yeah, I'm drunk, not blind." Okay, so we get this Becky and Alex conversation about why he left, which is very funny because he's like, "We were just slitting a goat's throat," and I was like, "You know what? This is not normal.
No.
Most families don't do this." He's so puzzled by it. I'm like, what's interesting to me is you married into the family, so you were a normal person before.
We think she was.
I mean, yeah, none of these people knew before they got married. They probably should suspect it, but I'm married to this family of theistic Satanists. I'm always going to be clear about that. So, Oh, Temple people don't call me and be like, we're not. I know that. I know you're all different. I know that.
We're marrying into a family where we play a game at midnight. Hopefully not one that kills us. Oh, and we slice open goat's throats.
I mean, if I get married to somebody, the first time I go over for Thanksgiving dinner and we're slicing a goat's throat, oh, hey,
done.
Bye.
Later.
Goodbye. So, anyway, they're all getting dressed. And they all have these purple eyes wide shut robes that they're going to wear to do the sacrifice. Charity is very into how sexy she is. And look at me. I'm like, who are you? Who are you opening up those tits for? Who's that for?
I mean, she's like making sure the hair's in the hood perfect and stuff. And I'm just like, girl.
Who's this for? So they go to the ritual. They got Grace down on the table. And they drink this gross wine to, I guess, is it wine or blood or what? It doesn't matter, does it?
I don't know what it is. I don't think it ever becomes really clear as to what it is. I think you're supposed to assume it's blood.
Well, either way, it's got something in it because they all start getting sick. They all start puking.
Except Daniel.
Except Daniel, because he poisoned the wine.
Yeah, he did.
He's like, all right.
He poisoned it enough to get her off the table and to make them puke.
Yep. And they get a little ways away, and they're getting ready to make their escape, and Charity has caught up to them. And she's going to kill her own man. Kills her own man. She shoots him in the throat.
What a bitch.
What a bitch.
If you want it out, there's more ways.
Yeah. But anyway. Tony catches up to Grace, and she clocks him with a lantern and starts the fire. And then Becky gets her, and she clocks Becky with Mr. LaBelle's box, and then she caves her head in.
She smashes her head. She's like on number 5 smash when Alex walks in.
She's like, fuck your family.
Fuck your family.
No, fuck your fucking family. Oh my god. And then Alex walks in, and I'm like, Alex is in a tough spot because he's like, yeah, my family's fucked up, but like, who wants to see their mom like that?
Yeah, because he's like, Grace. And she just turns around like, hey.
Well, and I think because he had discovered Daniel, and he didn't know what happened to Daniel. So as far as he knows, Grace did that too.
Yeah.
Okay, cat's out of the bag. Everybody knows. You brought her here knowing it was a possibility, however remote, that she would pick this game and end up dead by the end of the night.
Yeah.
And he's like, so you're not going to want to be with me after this, right? And she's like, I mean, what the fuck? Of course not. Of course she doesn't want to be with you after this. What are you talking about? And he starts squeezing her head. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're so weird.
Mm-hmm.
What did she ever see in you? Anyway. Okay. Question here. The premise is they have to kill her before the sun comes up.
Yes.
Otherwise, they'll die.
Yes.
And so he gets her, he starts squeezing her head, and Helene's like, hey, the sun's coming up. I'm like, okay. I mean, yes, we could get into like, well, at what point did they consider it actual sunrise when the sun actually peeks out over the horizon, or when like the sun is full in the sky, or...
It looks like from the peak up.
Okay, so this is like a vampire situation, right? Anyway, okay, so you're on a clock here, a hard deadline you have. Why are we fucking with this ritual? You're not even doing the ritual right anymore anyway. I know you're saying all the words, but nothing's set up. Just kill her and it's done. But they didn't do that because these motherfuckers, they always have to be like, my robes and my chalice, and we gotta do it. It's gonna be all fancy. So when Grace screams here, she really, really sounds like a goat. She really does. Just like a panic. Just, ah!
Yeah.
She manages to bring the knife down, but she manages to twist away in such a way that misses her heart.
Yes.
And at first everybody's like, yeah, nothing's happening. And Fitch is like, yeah, that's right. It's definitely time to go. This was all nonsense. It's definitely time to go. But then everybody starts exploding.
Well, Helena's first.
Helena's first. Well, because Helena's ready to she thought she's getting another chance.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm not going to waste it. Because everybody else is like, oh, this was all bullshit. Because nobody dies at first. Not Helene. She's like, I have failed you, but let me make it right. And she goes after her with the big sharp thing, and then she explodes.
Yes.
And then everybody starts exploding.
And Grace is just standing there laughing her ass off.
I know why they did it, but I was like, they made Emily and the kids run out to the hallway, so you did actually see them actually explode.
But you saw the blood coming back in the door.
Which I felt slightly cheated. I thought, can we at least watch Emily explode? I understand not wanting to see the kids.
Yeah.
Can we watch Emily explode, please?
There's probably a lot of white in there.
Oh, I'm sure there was. Yeah. That was,
But everybody explodes except for her and Daniel.
Yeah, it takes Daniel a minute.
She takes off the ring and she looks at him and she's like, I want a divorce.
Yeah.
And then he explodes. And I'm like, oh, girl, pick up that diamond ring.
Pick it up, yeah. I mean, he said I had the same legal questions that probably a lot of people had, which is like, they were married. Mm-hmm. Is this all hers now? I guess we're going to find out in Ready or Not, Here I Come.
I think we will find out.
Yes, we will. I do like this last scene where she's coming out of this mansion is burning and you hear the sirens coming and she's covered in blood and she's lighting a cigarette. 2 movies came to mind. So the first one was The End of Heathers with Winona Ryder staggering out.
Yes.
There was that. But then there was Addams Family's Values when Debbie Jelinski gets all the Addams and she's got the shotgun and she cocks the shotgun. She's like, in-laws. And that's
yeah. And the cop comes up. Are you all right, ma'am? And he's like looking over. He's like, wow, what happened?
In-laws.
Yep, that's what she says. She's just like, in-laws.
So I'm very excited to get to Ready or Not too.
Yes.
Because it's a mixed feeling because, like, yes, I would definitely love to see what the fallout is from all this because, like, there's no way. No, they didn't just walk into this mansion, this burning mansion with this sole survivor and blood and body parts everywhere. It's just like, okay, that's cool. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Here's
something had to have happened.
So I'm looking forward to it. In that sense, I also have this bad feeling in my belly because, like, we did talk about Knives Out, and then, like, the next movies, I mean, they were okay, but I have no desire to watch any of those last 2 movies again.
I think I've seen parts of 2. I don't think I've seen it all the way through.
Mm-hmm. I worry because I really like this movie, so I have a little bit of reticence there about did they get that lightning in the bottle again, or is this going to be another Knives Out situation?
Yeah.
We'll find out. We'll talk about it next week.
Yes.
Right? What else do you have to say about those movies? Because I know this is a movie we both enjoy a lot.
Yeah, this is one of my faves. I love this movie. I loved Grace's character.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting. I like Grace, obviously, but I think it's interesting that you focus on Grace and I focus on Helene. There's a lot of genuine, unexpected laughs, and I feel like when you take a movie like this where you're doing this kind of horror/comedy, it's not like horror comedy in the traditional sense. It's a melding of the two more than it is like specifically designed to be like goofy horror. So they definitely avoid all the pitfalls of the typical stupid horror comedy jokes, which I gotta admit, as a horror fan, often fall flat for me.
Yeah.
That didn't happen here because I think this is not engineered with the same goals in mind.
Yeah. I definitely give this movie a 5 out of 5 rounds of hide and seek.
Okay. I had this problem before when we were talking about the 2006 Black Christmas because I wanted to give it a 5 is a perfect score, but I was like, eyeballs got to come in pairs. So really, 6 out of 6 eyeballs, but we only go up to 5 in our ranking. So I'm having a similar but different problem here because I would give it 3 maids out of 3 because there were 3 maids there. So 3 out of 3 would be a perfect score. But for the movie, canonically, it would be the perfect score. But our rating system is 5 based. So we're going to make up 2 maids, the ghost of maids past, maybe.
Okay.
And I will give 5 tragically killed maids. 5 goats out of 5. 5 opera singing butlers out of 5, perhaps.
Yeah.
So one way or the other, it's a banger, man. I love it.
It is. I love it too.
Yeah. So, anything else?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. With all that said, our next episode we will be talking about Ready or Not, Here I Come, and hopefully we'll be as happy with that as we were with this.
Yes.
In the meantime, Check out the rest of April. We have The Menu and Knives Out and April Fools, of course.
It's my fun month.
And, of course, next month, we're going to be doing some classic Giallo movies. We're going to be doing one of my favorite of all time, 1986's Phenomenon. And we're also going to be doing Blood and Black Lace, another classic, as well as a Lizard in Woman's Skin and The House with Laughing Windows. And we'll talk about that a little more next week. And until then, check out our other podcasts, too. We have Deconstructing the Dark Passenger, which is a podcast about all things Dexter. And we have The Final Assessment, which is our podcast about evil. We're getting ready to go into season 4 of Dexter. We're just wrapping up season 2 of Evil. Check those out. We have archives of all our other episodes up on the website.
Yep.
All that information is in the show notes, as well as our email and contact and socials. If you want to follow us on socials, please explain to me if I'm off base about Samara Weaving's screaming in this movie.
Yeah, let us know what you think, because I didn't think anything of it, but
I don't know.
Gene seems to have a different idea. So.
I can't stop doing it now.
Great. I'll let you know when that laugh stops.
It's not a laugh, it's a scream. Ah! All right, anyway, enough of that.
Go out there, have fun, and be careful with what games you play.
Be careful with who you marry. And until next time, we're talking about Ready or Not, Here I Come.
Later.